Guys, so today I'm filming a little chatty get ready with me. I wanted to film a video with the Canyon palette for you guys from Alter Ego because a lot of you are actually really interested in this palette, and I know the new Alter Ego palette is on its way to me. They just duped the Pat McGrath Divine Rose 1 palette, so that video should probably go up before this one. They launched this palette and the Bloom palette together, and I ended up picking the Bloom palette to do an eye look with, but this palette swatched so nicely that I wanted to actually put this on my eyes because I haven't done that yet, and kind of give you guys a quick video in case you were still interested in this palette. I will link this palette in my description box, and I also have a code for Alter Ego. I think it's just Karen10, and that'll save you like 10% on this palette. But I was just really excited because I know you guys like neutral palettes. I mean, I always kind of try to have a balance on my channel of neutrals as well as colorful makeup because I do like both. I definitely kind of lean towards color. I also like a good neutral palette, so I like to be very democratic with my eyeshadow palette choices. But I'm just gonna go into the shade Earth, which is like a really beautiful neutral brown shade, and I'm just using a Sigma blending brush in E25, and I'm just placing that all over my crease. I did prep my eyes with the P. Louise base as usual. But yeah, I'm just going to do a very simple look with this palette. But it was in my pile of palettes that I did want to do a look with and talk to you guys about because, like I said, I only used the Blooms palette when I originally filmed with this. Okay, now I'm going to go into the shade Russet, which is just a regular neutral kind of brown shade. And again, I'm just going to throw that in the crease as well. I haven't used the Blooms palette since I filmed that video with it. And I don't know, I have no like inclination to do so, but I just remember that I had a really tough time with that palette. I hadn't heard from you guys that bought the Blooms palette if I just got a dud or not. Actually, I'm lying. I did hear from a few people that they also felt like the Blooms palette was a dud, but if any of you have since picked it up and also thought it was a dud, definitely let me know down in the comment section because I'm just curious. I felt like that palette was not the Alter Ego quality that I'm used to. Now I'm going to go into the shade Expanse, which is, I think, their version of Natasha's cream to matte formula. And I'm just sticking to that same brush and I'm just applying that on the outer corner. I don't think Alter Ego has really nailed the Natasha cream to matte formula because her cream to matte formula blends into anything else kind of like butter. But that's okay. I mean, it is what it is, you know? So that's kind of the crease. And then I'm just going to pick one of the gorgeous metallic shades. Oh gosh, look at that. I just yanked on this brush and the head just came off. But this is like an old brush set. I think I bought this on like Shein or something. And I mean, for lid shades, I don't really require too much fancy stuff. Okay, so I think I'm going to go into this shade called Rust. It looks really pretty, so I'm just coating the brush. And let's see, yeah, I remember these metallics, like they swatch so nicely and it's applying really nicely as well. So I'm very happy with that because with the Bloom palette, I really wasn't getting much pigmentation, and you know, who doesn't love a good metallic shade? And I feel like with the original bronze palette, Natasha's metallics were so good in that I wouldn't recommend this one if the metallics weren't good. But I mean, like I said, when I swatched this palette in my first impressions video with the Bloom, I just thought the metallics swatched so nicely. So that's why I really wanted to dig into this and give you guys my opinion in case you still had your eye on this palette, because I just remember it swatched so well, but I wanted to actually test it on my eyes and just make sure before I said like, oh, 100% you need to go run and buy go run and buy this palette. So yeah, the metallics are so stunning. So if I notice anything weird about like the wear, like if it doesn't wear well throughout my day, I will definitely update you guys in a pinned comment down below, because I think that's important too. You know, if it only wears this pigmented for a little while and then by the end of the day, if I have no metallic eyeshadow left, I definitely want to let you guys know, because obviously you're spending like your hard-earned money on the makeup, so I always want to keep you guys updated. So I always do my eyeshadow first, and now I'll just do my face makeup a little bit. So I have been using the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. I'm sure you guys are eyeing this for the Sephora sale. I like it, but I mentioned, I think in a different video, that I have this product, the Laneige Glowy Makeup Serum, and it's very similar to the Glow Recipe one. So if you have the Laneige one, you probably don't need the Glow Recipe one. I think it adds like a decent amount of hydration to my skin and definitely helps with the glow factor, but I mean, I don't know, I'm so weird because I have all these glowy products and I'm like, oh, they're okay, but it does make a difference on my actual skin when I look back at stuff on video. So I think I'm just like really harsh about my skincare, but it really does help a little bit. I think I'm just like in denial a little. So I've actually made some serious progress on this concealer. This is the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. I think I have about this much left, which I feel like is major progress for me, because you guys know I always feel like I'm so slow at using a product. So I just want to keep you guys updated if you're interested in checking that concealer out for the Sephora sale. I do believe Too Faced is sold at Sephora, and I know that concealer got a lot of hype when it first launched, but you know how things are, they move so fast. Like, I feel like the beauty launches move so fast. So I don't know, I feel like this video is definitely gonna be more older products or things I'm like trying to use up, and then I wanted to include the Canyon palette because I really think that palette deserves some attention, so I wanted to film this video. But yeah, I just want to talk about like products I use all the time as well, or stuff that, like I said, I'm trying to use up on my vanity. So I just blended that concealer in with the Sigma 3D HD Precision brush. I mentioned that in a haul video. I wanted to try more concealer brushes from Sigma. So I've been using a sponge to apply foundation, but I don't want to turn off my camera and go get my sponge wet. So I am just gonna sit here and use this brush, this Real Techniques brush. But I have been loving this Huda foundation, the stick foundation. This one was so hyped from the last VIB sale, and I am going to feature it in my recommendations video. But it's just so convenient because I just, you know, apply a layer and then it just blends so nicely into the skin. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get a darker shade for the summertime because I've been filming a lot more, and oh my gosh, that foundation is so incredibly convenient, and it does wear pretty nicely. I don't think it's like super long wearing, so I wouldn't say like, I don't think you can wear it for more than like 12 hours. I think 8 is like optimal time. But look at how easy that was. I just swiped it on and I just used a brush to blend it. It also blends really nicely with a sponge. But man, oh man, that foundation is still like my favorite foundation that I've tried in a long time. So another newer product is this Tatcha, the Silk Powder. I've really been enjoying this. I've been wearing it every time I film. And I think I saw like Teresa's Dead did a bite-sized review, and she said she didn't like this, which I'm kind of surprised because I think we both have dry skin. But she said she had a hard time with this. I personally haven't noticed anything funky about it, but I will definitely keep you guys posted. I mean, I've been wearing this again every day that I've filmed, so that one I'm definitely including in my Sephora recommendations. I bought it before the sale because I was really curious to try it. Another great Sephora recommendation is my Kosas bronzer. I have the shade medium, and I have been, again, trying to wear this more because I want to recommend it for my Sephora video, but I just hadn't worn it in a while. So I pulled it out and decided to wear it for spring. One of my favorite bronzers just of all time. So the blush I've been loving is this one from Vive. This is in the shade Sorbet, and my husband actually bought this for me. It's so pretty. I just think it's such a perfect like spring blush shade, and I just feel like I need such a light amount, and it just gives me that beautiful flush of color on my cheeks. And I've still been applying my blush further back. I haven't been pulling it to my apples, and I really like how that looks. It's just very subtle compared to having it like bam, like two big cheeks. So I really like that flush. And then I've been going back and forth with my eyebrows, but sometimes I feel like it's very intense, but I kind of like it that way. But today, since I'm going to lunch with my friend, I'm just going to put a little bit of this Essence brow gel, which is oh so affordable. I think this is like $3 or $5 at Ulta. I am pretty blessed with thick brows, so I don't have to do a lot with them to make them stand out, which I'm very grateful for. And then I don't really have a highlighter picked out right now. I've just been like trying whatever highlight, you know, gets me excited. I do have this from Chanel. Again, my husband bought me this. This is their spring highlighter that they came out with, and I feel like this was definitely influenced by so many of the YouTube channels I'm subscribed to. But honestly, knowing what I know now, like it's a beautiful highlighter, but I would not spend the money on this. Like it's nice to have like one bougie makeup product, but it's very subtle, which is great. Like I feel like there's definitely moments in life where a subtle highlighter is definitely what you need. But man, this was a $70 highlighter, and I feel like I didn't need to do that. Like I feel like I could have found a drugstore highlighter that does what this does, and I've already definitely like ruined the embossing. So just take that as you will. I know some people are luxury queens and they love luxury makeup. Personally for me, I'm glad I tried it, but it's definitely not like a must-have product in my humble opinion. Okay, I can't find my favorite black eyeliner, which is the one from Pat McGrath. So I'm just using this one from ColourPop, and I'm just using it in the waterline. I have so many of the ColourPop colorful liners. I always buy those like massive sets they come out with. I will say I haven't used black eyeliner in a hot second, so that does feel kind of different for me. I'm just gonna grab this like dirty Profusion small pointed eyeshadow brush that I bought, and I'm going to the shade Russet from the Canyon palette, and I'm just gonna throw that in my lower lash line because I mean, we love our lower lash line, don't we? I'm also going to use the shade Cougar, and I'm just going to put it in my inner corner and just kind of drag that onto the lower lash line as well. Yeah, I think this palette definitely has solid metallics compared to the Blooms palette, so that makes me happy. And I've been enjoying using a dark lip liner with a lighter gloss. So I'm just gonna go into this one, BFF4 from ColourPop. So creamy. And then I'm gonna use one of my favorite glosses. This is Tower 28 Almond. You guys know I am such a sucker for a brown lip. And then I just need some mascara, and I'm gonna try out this Bite Beauty sample that I got in a Sephora order. And then for my face spray, I'm gonna use this Chantecaille Pure Rose Water. This is so expensive. It's nice, but Again, if it wasn't sent to me, I would not own that. And let's try this bite sample because I've had this sitting here for quite some time. Oh, it didn't come in the cool gold packaging. I was really hoping it would. This is their newer mascara. It's called the Upswing Full Volume Mascara. So we'll see. I don't personally think mascara samples are as good as the real deal. Like if you get the full size, I do think there's a difference usually. But you guys also know that I don't typically splurge for high-end mascaras. I'm a drugstore mascara babe, so usually I don't get a chance to try like Sephora mascaras unless I get a sample. This wand is huge, and since the stem is so short, I'm so scared I'm gonna stab myself in the eye with that. So it's nice, but I need to use this Essence mascara because I'm scared I'm gonna stab myself in the eye, and I really don't have time to fix my makeup if I wreck it right now. So perfect, super simple, super easy. I just did my whole face with you guys on camera. I feel like I don't do that very often, but I was really wanting to show you guys a look with this palette because I definitely felt like this palette had a lot of potential, and it's definitely living up to the potential I thought it had. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying their new palette when I get it, and I wanted to film a fun makeup video. So hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. You guys know I love chatting to you there, and I will see you in my next video soon. Bye guys!